Hi everyone, I'm Suhaila Cotton. I use she, her pronouns. I was Beacon class of 2020, so quite a bit ago. Right now, I'm at Andover, Phillips Academy, Andover, class of 2024. 24, that's exciting. And then I'm going to MIT next year. I applied to be a civil and environmental engineer, hoping to stick with that, but if that fails, we'll see about mechanical engineering. So I did a program called Breakthrough, and it was based in Cambridge. And through that, my mom was like, oh, I want my kids to have scholarships, like when we apply to college. She was like forward thinking. And it started with that one question, like how to set up our future, because we can't pay for college and you need to, think of pathways to get there. The director at the time told us about Beacon Academy. And so we applied over the summer. Beacon was like, yep, you have a dream and like we can help you do it. Beacon definitely prepared me to go to Andover and really any private school. I feel like a lot of us, the schools that we go to, you don't have to do a lot of work. I would finish my homework on the bus ride home and then call it a day. I watch TV or read, but then at Beacon there was none of that. I was doing the homework on the bus. And still doing it at home until midnight but it was a bonding experience because everyone in the class was up that late working. We bonded over that, and it helped with not only the work ethic but also new experiences. They stress a lot, getting used to private school culture, because it's such a change to where we come from. And so I don't know, the ski trip, that was definitely amazing. I haven't been skiing since, but they were right. People here at Andover, they're like, oh, have you been skiing? I'm like, yep, I never will again because it's too cold. But you have that experience, and I had that experience to connect with people here. It kind of leveled the playing field. Definitely the work ethic and improving that. Teachers like Miss Phelps, she was my advisor. I love Miss Phelps, but she was also a really hard teacher. And it teaches you to push through the rigor and get used to the rigor. And I definitely see a lot of that here at Andover, all the classes. You get a lot of work, definitely are staying up late, having to work with others and making study groups. Beacon, that bonding experience helps me, realize I can't do stuff by myself, and really solidified in me the importance of a study group. I distinctly remember we had this, I think we went to a school fair for private schools, and I don't know who took us, but they were like, okay guys, this is your time to network. You need to start networking and just talking to a bunch of people, getting your name out there. I still work on it now, but you definitely, networking isn't just a Beacon skill, it's a life skill. Still do it now. Just talking to people, just saying hi. There's power in just saying hi and saying your name. You never know, later down the road, you'll meet them again and you're like, I'm glad I made this connection. Ooh, I've been thinking about this a lot since it's my, graduating year. 4 years, just dedicated 4 years of my life here. What did I do? The biggest thing was kind of what I had hoped for going into it, but the opportunity to try new things. If you told my Beacon self that I would be going to the Massachusetts State House to lobby for climate change and climate policy, never would have believed you. If you told me I would do wrestling, I didn't even know that was a sport until I came here. Ultra frisbee as well. These are all very niche sports. They're niche outside of Andover. Never, I wouldn't have gotten the chance to do that anywhere else. And then dorming, it's so normal now, but you're living with your friends, so you could call people up oh my god, do you know how to solve this problem? Or what just happened? You could talk to them anytime. So my favorite thing, it's broad, but it's it doesn't matter where I end up. I've had Beacon and then now Andover because of that. Part of my journey in life, can never forget this. It's shaped who I am as a person. Wrestling, it's brought together so many different people. You get theater kids, you get, people who play different sports, other sports like volleyball, or all sorts of people. And then you come together, even grades don't even matter anymore, in wrestling, because my wrestling partner was a lower, 2 years younger than me, and they still made me work for it. And you can get beat by people who are younger than you. You can beat people who are older than you. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you put into it. Yes, it is sometimes an individualized sport. You go to practice, you put in as much work as you want. You should be sweating bullets and every day, because everyone else is sweating too. I dread practice. I dreaded the practices every day, but you still gotta go because everyone else hates the practice, but they still show up. And so wrestling taught me like how to keep going. And then I've met some of the best people, some of my closest friends for wrestling. So that has been something that, I don't know, just really grateful for. Ooh, my Beacon self. Ooh. Coming out of middle school, like before I went to Beacon, I was a pretty reserved kid, but I had a twin, so that made it easier for people to get to know me because like they're like, oh my God, like you're a twin, like no way. And then they wanted to get to know me because of that, and not really needing to be like our own people. So this is the advice I give my Beacon self, but also myself now. Like try to branch out and not be so like reliant on like, you know, just being a twin, but like try to branch out more. And I wish I branched out more, like to see who I was as my individual, because I don't know, that would have helped me a lot during Andover, to know who I am, like who I am, not just me and to, you know, me as a twin, as an older sister. And to do that, sometimes you gotta wander by yourself. Sometimes you gotta just try other things. But yeah, I wish I did that, but I still have time. 1, do it. Definitely do it. I did not want to apply to Beacon, actually, but my mom made me, and thank God she did, because look at where we are now. So few people do Beacon, and because you're not sacrificing, you're committing a year to help project the rest of your life. And it's so worth the commitment, even though it's like, it's scary because your friends are gonna move on. They're gonna graduate before you. They're gonna learn to drive before you in some cases and seem to have everything figured out, but slow and steady wins the race. So commit to yourself and apply.